Hi everyone, so today I'm going to build a new PC for myself, because when you're in this line of work, you spend most of your time just testing new hardware and building and rebuilding various test benches, and then you have very little time and very little will left over to actually work on your own personal PC. And my PC has been a bit sluggish lately. I mean, it has very good specs from a couple of years ago, but it started struggling a bit, and then mostly with Adobe Premiere, which is what I use to make these videos. And instead of spending a lot of time reinstalling everything and figuring out where these issues are coming from, I decided it was just time to build a new PC and treat myself with a little holiday upgrade. So let's begin. Let's go. This is my current PC, and it is still a very powerful machine. I have a 10th gen i9 10900K here with a nice Asus Hero motherboard, 32 gigs of memory, and an RTX 3080 Ti. Now, I had a 3090 that died when that Amazon game came out, The New World, and I sent it for RMA. They sent a new one back, but I never really got around putting it back into my PC. So the specs are quite good, but the CPUs and graphics cards have gotten a lot better since 2 years ago, and just a 13900K, for example, is easily 60% or more faster in single-threaded applications and more than twice as fast in multi-threaded ones. And Nvidia's 4000 series graphics cards are also much faster than the previous generation. And as I'm going to keep this system as it is, as an extra PC to use here in the studio, I am not going to reuse any parts. Everything will be fresh and new. So let's see what I have here. For the CPU, I bought myself an i9 13900K. Now, the latest Intel and AMD CPUs are both a lot better than what I was using, but in Adobe Premiere specifically, Intel still has a bit of an advantage over AMD. Since I'm going for a white build, I got this Gigabyte Z790 Aero G motherboard. Now, it isn't a super high-end board, but it has enough connections for what I need. It has space for 4 M.2 SSDs while still keeping my GPU running in by 16 mode, and the power delivery is plenty for a 13900K. And not to mention, it will perfectly match this beautiful RTX 4080 Aero GPU. Now, ideally, I would go for a 4090, but they are very difficult to find at the moment, and the 4080 is still a big upgrade over the 3080 Ti because of the dual encoders, and it doesn't use as much power as the 4090, which is very nice considering how much we are paying for electricity here in the Netherlands. I have 32 gigs of DDR5 Corsair Dominator Platinum memory, also in white. And I'm going to start with 32 gigabytes, but I will probably upgrade to 64 gigs once DDR5 prices come down a little bit more. And since I'm using a 13900K that pulls up to 300 watts and gets really hot, a 360mm all-in-one cooler is basically a requirement. So for the cooler, I'll be using a white Corsair iCue H150i Elite Capellix. Now, I wanted to get the Elite LCD cooler, but unfortunately that one doesn't come in white. But what you can do is get an LCD upgrade kit. And I have the ice version here, which will match the build perfectly. Also, to stay true to the white theme, I have the RM850X in white that includes white cables as well, and I also have a sleeved cable kit that I can use instead. 850 watts is going to be plenty for this setup with the RTX 4080, but if I do upgrade to a 4090 in the future, I will grab a stronger power supply as well. And since I went for this massive oversized GPU and a large 360mm cooler, I thought it was only fitting to go for a massive case as well. I have a Corsair 5000T that I reviewed a while back, and I also got some little extras like a few Elite fans and also some accessories like these LC100 triangle kits to make it look even nicer. So as you can see, the new PC looks really pretty, but let's see how much faster it actually is. So I was looking at 5 different games at 4K resolution, and the improvement between the two builds is 25 to 50% depending on the game, and that is more than I expected it to be. As I said, the 3080 Ti was already a good 4K card, but a 4080 combined with a faster CPU is a significant upgrade. But the difference in CPU performance is just mind-blowing. Even though it uses a lot more power to do it, the 13900K is just so much faster than the 10900K. Reducing a 14-minute plus render to just over 4-minute render is quite a leap. And keep in mind, a 10 to 15% of an improvement per year was pretty much standard, but some of these results have improved by more than 3 times in less than 3 years. And if I look at how long it takes to render a simple video in Premiere, the difference is also significant. Now, of course, I still need to see how the system will hold up when editing on it every single day, especially with Premiere, which is not really known for its stability. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here. I want to give a huge thanks to Corsair and to Gigabyte, who did not sponsor this video, but they did send over some of the parts that I was missing. I really hope you enjoyed it. Do let me know in the comments down below what do you think of my new build, or what would you maybe do differently. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye!